Okay guys, I'll show you guys how to do a transmission fluid change on a Ford Edge and Lincoln MKX. This is a 2000 Lincoln MKX, and I'm not going to do a fluid flush, I'm just going to do a fluid change, like drain and refill. It doesn't get everything out, you know, it probably takes maybe about half out maybe, because you're not going to be able to get whatever's in the converter. And the only way to do a full change is to flush it from the, you got to pull like one of the cooler lines off. But yeah, I don't even want to bother with that. I did see this about every 20 to 30,000 miles, but this thing hasn't been done for a while. It's starting to kind of shift funny, and the fluid looks pretty bad. So, and this car has about 100,000 miles on it, and Ford recommends the first fluid change at 150,000 miles. At least that's what it says in the manual, and that's freaking crazy. You know, this thing was shifting funny at 50,000 miles. So I started doing this at 50,000 miles because the fluid was already looking black, and we don't tow anything with this thing, and you know this thing's hardly. This is just like a around the town and freeway car. It's not even doing anything crazy. So yeah, I think they're crazy with their $150,000 or 150,000 mile recommended interval. So all right, so it's pretty basic. I'm gonna go into the car and drain it out, and I'm gonna use a measured catch pan so I can see what actually came out of it. Hopefully it's big enough. We'll see. But yeah, hopefully it doesn't overfill because it's not that big. So we'll see. But yeah, in my last video I did the CV axle replacement. So I'm just kind of going around. I'm gonna do an oil change on this thing and do a transmission fluid and rotate the tires, but get everything going so that just I don't have to worry about it for a while. But cool. All right. You can see this. I had the driver's side wheel jacked up here on my jack stand, but there's a couple different little bolts here, like little drain plugs here. I'm gonna do this lower drain plug. That's the one I did before, and yeah, on this you can't. There's like on typical like American V8, like on my other cars, you can actually drop the pan and change the filter, but this one you can't do that. It's not designed to be serviced like that. So for you to actually get to the internal filter, you actually have to take this apart. You have to pull the transmission out of the car and then crack it open. So yeah, this is not considered. It's considered a transaxle, not really a transmission. But I don't know. Because it's combination axle and transmission, the same thing here. So yeah, I'm guessing that means the actual differential is actually built into the actual transmission. So it's a transmission and differential built into the same unit there. But alright, I'm going to pull this off. I think it's probably going to be, that's 11 millimeter. Yeah, it's 11 millimeter. So alright, I'm going to drain this out. Film this so you guys can see how, like I said, this car is babied. You know, it's not even driven hard. And look at the fluid. This thing has 100,000 miles on it, and they recommend 150,000 mile interval. That's ridiculous. It's like almost like they want the transmission to fail. Alright, look at that. Look how dark that is. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, probably not, but it's dark. It's not pink at all. You know, that's insane, you know, normal driving. And I've actually changed the fluid probably 2 times in this thing. So I'm going to measure this out. I'm going to see, this is a 6-quart capacity thing here. So, I mean, the fluid level was actually fine. It's just dirty and it's shifting kind of funny. So I'm going to replace the exact amount of, at least kind of get a general idea of what I need to put in this thing, and then I'll come back and do the, the final fill, the final measurement. All right, so about almost exactly 4 quarts came out. Still dripping, but yeah, I didn't have a spill when I pulled the CV axle out. You can see that it's nice and clean and brand new in there. Yeah, it was clicking, so got that going, and I'm going to put this drain plug back in, put a little Teflon tape on there, and tighten it up. Feels like an MPT thread, so MPT is National Pipe Thread, and that means that the threads are tapered, so do not over tighten this or you can crack that case. Super careful. If you over tighten that thing, this aluminum, so it could split, so be very careful. Alright, that's about good right there. Alright, just a Yeah, because you want the Teflon tape to do its job, not... Okay, yeah, just gotta be super careful. Alright, that's good enough. Alright, I'm gonna clean this off so I know if I'm leaking. I'm gonna fill this up with 4 quarts. I know it's right around 4 quarts, so... Plus I spilled out a little bit right there. That's probably about a little bit, so we'll see. Alright. So... some Valvoline Mercon 5. I'm just gonna put it right there. Dipstick tube, and 4 quarts in, that's it. That's pretty much it. The new final measurement, and be good to go. But yeah, sometimes I get the Motorcraft stuff, but really it's just kind of like a, you know, Ford doesn't actually make fluids, so they just pretty much private label or white label from some other company. So you're actually paying more money for the same fluid.